Hey, I'm hanging out with Mark today from Vale of Maya. Dude, what is happening?
Just chilling, man.
Right on.
Excited to be here.
Let's talk about guitar a little bit, man. How long you been playing?
I've been playing for about 11 years now, since I was 12 or 13, something like that.
Yeah. And what was it that inspired you to pick up guitar?
I actually originally wanted to play drums, but my parents said that was too loud.
Yeah.
So I got into guitar. I don't know, because maybe like my friends or my friends' parents were playing it, and then like I kind of quit playing sports, so I wasn't into that anymore. So my parents were kind of like, you got to do something to stay active. You can't just sit around and play video games. So they got me a guitar, and then I haven't put it down since then. Actually.
When did you know that this is something that I want to do and pursue?
Since I was about 15, I guess. Like I kind of I'd bring like scale sheets to class and chord charts and stuff like that. I would always just be spacing out, like trying to teach myself guitar tricks instead of doing my homework and stuff.
Gotcha. So I'd like to ask you about guitar and band influences. Are your guitar player influences different than your band influences? And if so, in what way?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say like my biggest guitar influences, a lot of them don't even play guitar, but like I'm really into John McLaughlin and Al Di Meola and like the old 70s progressive fusion guitar players. And then I really like Chick Corea and
Herbie
Hancock and stuff like that. Like the sense of melody that they use, like I kind of like try and take their kind of sound and add it to my style a little bit.
Yeah, that's impressive. Kids, listen up. These guys are some of the jazz fusion pioneers. They're not just the metal guys.
Oh yeah.
So it's awesome to branch out and there's lots of things you can learn from many genres.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you schooled? Did you go to school? Did you take lessons? Did you study instructional DVDs?
I did. I went to music school for like a semester, and I wasn't really getting out of it what I was expecting to. Like I think I learned more from taking the theory lessons than I did from the actual classes.
Right.
Because the classes kind of just like forced all these rules, and like you get your grade lowered if you disagree with rules of music, which it kind of doesn't make sense because it's art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I got discouraged really quickly, and then I started a band around the same time. So I just started taking the band more seriously after that.
Gotcha. How long have you been together with Vale of Maya?
For about 5 or 6 years now. Almost 6 years now.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you're the only guitar player. Have you always been the only guitar player?
For the majority, since we started recording, yes.
Yeah.
Like when we first started, I started playing guitar with my friend.
Right. And do you prefer it that way, or it's just kind of something that's just happened?
Definitely now we prefer to be a 4-piece just because it's been working out. Like, we haven't been getting complaints about our live show or anything like that. I mean, it's less people to argue with, like, more money, that sort of thing. But yeah, like, I mean, people actually like when we tour with bands like Periphery or Animals as Leaders, you're like, if you guys ever get another guitar player, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. So I know we were just kind of talking about theory and stuff, and that you went to school a little bit.
Yeah.
But in your playing now, how important do you think theory is to you, and how important is technique in your music?
Well, theory, I'd say the thing that I learned what was most helpful from my experience was the ear training part of theory, so that I could be able to hear riffs in my head and just be able to instantly translate them to guitar without having to like stress out and like try and hear the notes. I can kind of just like tell what it's going to be already.
Right. So the ear training was a big
yeah, definitely. That like helped a lot, because then I could start recognizing the things that I really liked about music, and then learning them quickly.
Yeah.
As opposed to like being all frustrated.
Yeah. What about just chops, technique?
Chops and technique. It's really important. I don't know. We did a summer tour with Animals as Leaders, and Tosin was doing a lot of things that like I've never even tried to do before. That just kind of made me like feel like I need to start over.
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
It's like everyone's like, oh, I can like sweep, I can alternate pick, and then you see him doing that with his thumb. And it's like, okay, I can't do that. A lot of kids think that if you buy like certain gear, it's gonna drastically change how you play guitar and everything, and it's more so your technique. Like I've played out of some pretty terrible amps before, and like it's like the way you have to also play the amp when you're playing your guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
kids think that if they buy the gear that their favorite guitar players are using that they're instantly going to be able to play better or play like them, and it's really not.
No, it's not like that.
You know, you still got to do the work.
Yeah, all of us have definitely put in like 12-hour guitar days before. You know, like it doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're touring on a bus, it's really hard to find a place to shower. I think I've showered 3 times on this whole tour so far. The tour's almost over.
A hose outside the gas station.
Yeah, that's hard, and then finding a comfortable bathroom spot is also pretty hard.
Yeah, I've heard stories about guys taking showers outside gas stations with the hoses.
Oh yeah,
because of the just the no showering situation. And you get a bunch of sweaty guys on a bus or in a van.
Oh, it smells terrible.
It's gotta
We're
be
trying to
brutal.
sleep, like
wet wipes.
Oh yeah, no, we have those too. I mean, be a perfectionist. Like you should be your harshest critic. I think if it's not perfect to you, then I don't know. It's gonna be annoying to play it live for people every night. You should be proud of what you're playing. Also, if you're a band just starting out and you're like looking for attention from a label or whatever, I would recommend saving up to get a really high quality recording, even if it's just 1 or 2 songs. Like putting out a whole album of songs that aren't recorded well is not going to help your band as much as just getting that one song that sounds really good that can you can show everyone. Labels notice things like recordings, definitely.
Sure.